Optimism, an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. Lower fees and much faster. Follow me, let me show you how you can get started. Hello everyone, my name's Leon. I'm a content creator over here at Collective Shift, where we try and unlock your wealth and financial freedom by giving you the best up-to-date information in crypto. In this video, we're going to be having a look at the Optimism chain. First off, I'm going to show you how to add Optimism network to your MetaMask. It is an EVM compatible chain, so there is a little bit of a process to add it onto your MetaMask so you can transact on this blockchain. Number two, I'm going to show you how to bridge Ethereum to Optimism. Optimism is the chain. It also has its own token, but at the moment you do need Ethereum as gas fees to operate on this blockchain. After that, we're going to have a look at some of the dApps in Optimism blockchain. You can see all the different dApps, what to use, the lending protocols. And after that, we're going to have a look at some NFTs and how you can go and earn your own NFTs. You don't have to go and buy some. There are multiple quests happening on Optimism at the moment. I want you to earn your own NFT. Now, before you go, make sure you like and subscribe this video because it does help the algorithm a lot. If you are a specific crypto enthusiast, make sure you check the link in the description for the discount code to the Collective Shift platform. Let's get you started. As we start, the best place for you to go to complete our first task which is how to add Optimism to your MetaMask wallet. This is Chainlist. Chainlist is probably the best place at the moment to give you all the different chains and where they lived and how to add it to MetaMask, and it gives you the best process to do it. So all you have to do in Chainlist, it's chainlist.org, go ahead and type in Optimism. If you type in Optimism, you can see that Optimism on Gnosis is another chain, and this is the original Optimism we want. The chain ID is 10, and the currency used as gas on the Optimism blockchain is Ethereum. Go ahead and click Add to MetaMask. This, what it does is basically tells the MetaMask wallet that this is the new chain that I'm adding onto my MetaMask. I want to transact on that chain later on. So just click approve here. Make sure it does say Optimism, chain ID number 10, and the currency symbol is Ethereum. Go ahead and click approve and make sure you switch to that network in Optimism. There we go. And so now, basically, you now have Optimism added to your MetaMask wallet. This is the first step for you to actually interact with anything on Optimism. It's not on the Ethereum mainnet. Optimism is a second layer on top of the Ethereum mainnet. So everyone already has Ethereum in MetaMask. Now you've added Optimism into your MetaMask. Let's go ahead and look at our second task. How are you going to get some Ethereum as gas transaction fees onto Optimism network? The first thing I would really recommend is using the Optimism Bridge. The Optimism Bridge is the official bridge by the Optimism Foundation for you to actually go and take Ethereum from Ethereum mainnet into the second layer of Optimism. Let's go ahead and show you how to get there. This is through the Optimism main web page. Make sure you are on app.optimism.io first and optimism.io. Nothing else. There are lots of scams out there. To get started on the Optimism website, make sure you are at the top and click on Bridge. Once you click on Bridge, that takes you to the app.optimism.io. This is where you can bridge Ethereum from mainnet into the Optimism token. So let's go ahead and say I want to bridge 0.05 Ethereum from mainnet onto Optimism. I'm going to head and switch to Ethereum mainnet because that's where you have to approve the transaction first before it goes to Optimism. And that's what it's saying here. We switched to Optimism first. Now we're going to Ethereum mainnet, back onto the layer 1. Now, there are two ways for you to bridge your funds onto Optimism. The first one is warp speed, and the second one is a standard speed. There is a difference, and you need to understand the differences between them. Warp speed is really fast and low fees, of course, but the cost of this is that it's using a custodial bridge. So someone is actually going to hold your funds for you, which means you're trusting Optimism themselves with your own funds. When you use the standard speed, it uses a trustless bridge, which means your assets are transferred to layer 2 using the same underlying trust mechanisms as Optimism and Ethereum themselves. This is using the actual blockchain as a consensus layer to try and get your funds from Ethereum to Optimism, as opposed to giving your funds to Optimism themselves, and then they will give you funds on Optimism. So it really depends how you want to go about this. Do you want to go really quickly and give your funds to someone, or do you want to take your time and be slow, careful, and safe? It's really up to you. I have already done this myself, so I've already used both warp speed and I've used standard speed, and I would say the standard speed doesn't take long. It's quite fine to use the standard speed. The second option I would say to bridge funds onto Optimism from Ethereum is to use the Li-Fi bridge. Li-Fi is an incredible tool and not many people know about it. Li-Fi is a bridge aggregator. What does it do? It looks at all the different chains and all the different bridges across crypto, and it tries to give you the best price from anywhere in crypto. So let's take an example. I want to swap from any of these chains. Let's say Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Avalanche, or even Optimism themselves. Let's say I want to go from Arbitrum 1 and I want to transfer USDC. You can see I have $8 in USDC on Arbitrum. That's where I'm going from. Now I'm going to want to swap to Optimism, and I don't just want to get USDC back. I want to get Ethereum back, or I want to get some SUSD, or I want to get some synthetics back. Let's go ahead and transfer it to Ethereum. Let's say I want to transfer $5 in USDC from Arbitrum into Optimism into Ethereum. Do you see what's happening? There are so many different transactions happening here at the same time. Now it's going to give me a small quote after a while once it refreshes. And as you can see here, it's refreshed. The recommended amount and the recommended bridge it wants you to use is the ETH on Optimism using the across bridge. And you can see here, there are lots of different bridges: Stargate, Hop, and across. At the moment, it's saying you can get 0.0037 Ethereum. It's going to cost you 7 cents in fees, and it'll take 21 minutes. Amazing. Let's look at the non-recommended bridge. This is using Stargate. You're going to get 0.0038, which is a little bit more, but look at the fees. It's going to be $2, nearly 60 cents, $2.60 for a fee, whereas this is 7 cents only. Which one is really better for you, right? And this is only going to take 1 minute. And then, of course, it uses 2 different swapping layers. So I would really, really recommend using the Li-Fi bridge. Here's a little bit of alpha for you guys. The Li-Fi bridge does not have a token. They recently raised a hell of a lot of money, and they might be looking to release a token soon. So I really recommend you go ahead and use the Li-Fi bridge. It's called transfer2.xyz. That's it for our number 2, how to get funds from Ethereum mainnet or from any chain into the Optimism network. Now let's look at number 3, how to use some apps and how to go about searching for applications on Optimism. The first thing I would really recommend is going to DeFi Llama. DeFi Llama is one of the best tools in crypto at the moment. It gives us so many extra things for us to do and see in crypto. First thing that it's really good at is gives us TVL, total value locked, of all the different tokens, all the different chains, and all the different blockchains in crypto to tell us what's happening over there. Let's go ahead and search on the overview here. Go ahead and search for Optimism. Once you search for Optimism, we can see the total value locked slowly increasing in Optimism. In October of last year, 2021, there was only $130 million in Optimism. In May, that shot up to nearly $500 million. And now in September, we are nearly at $1 billion. So what is that saying? They're saying money is coming into Optimism. Let's go ahead and look at the top applications in Optimism that you can use at the moment. Aave at the moment is a lending protocol. It's available on lots of different chains, Optimism being one of them. There is nearly $500 million in Aave at the moment on Optimism. The second protocol on Optimism with $130 million is Synthetics. Synthetics is a synthetic kind of, I don't know how to explain it for you, where you can say I have a derivative or a synthetic of Bitcoin or a synthetic of Ethereum or any other. It's a made up token. Now, let's go ahead and use Aave, the number 1 tool, the number 1 lending protocol on Optimism at the moment. Let's go ahead and go to their website and launch it in Optimism so you can see how to lend and borrow in Optimism. Once you have connected, because we are now, we got to make sure we are actually on Optimism and not on Ethereum mainnet. Yes, that's right. You go here, click Optimism. What did I just do there? You go to your MetaMask. You go to the top side where it says Ethereum mainnet. We don't want the Ethereum mainnet. We want Optimism. Click on that. Now we're in Optimism. Reload this page so that we come back into Optimism, and we have to confirm that it says network Optimism. There we are. Now you can see I have a little bit of funds in my Optimism wallet. I have $65 in Optimism. I want to go ahead and supply this. This is a lending and borrowing platform on Optimism. What you can do is you can lend your tokens for a set amount of rate, and people can borrow this and pay rates to you as well as to Aave. So at the moment, I have USDC, $65 in USDC. I want to supply this. I do not want to switch to Ethereum. I want to switch to Optimism itself. And at the top here, make sure you do click from the Ethereum market, go all the way to the Optimism market, because remember, Aave does live on multiple different chains. Now, these are all the tokens I have in my wallet. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. I have some SUSDC, wrapped ETH, USDC, ETH, and DAI. I have nearly $1 in DAI. Let's go ahead and supply this $1 in DAI. I want to go ahead and click max, which is nearly 90 cents. So the supply APY is 2.19%. This is how much people are paying me to borrow my DAI on Optimism. On top of this, Optimism themselves, the company, the Optimism Token, not to be confused with the Optimism Network, they are totally separate concepts. The Optimism Token will be giving me 0.76% in Optimism. Now I'm going to go ahead and approve this transaction. The gas fees should be less than 1 cent. Go ahead, let it load. Make sure you click confirm to allow the protocol to use your DAI. Now the transaction has been confirmed. I'm going to go ahead and supply my DAI. And there we go. That's it. I'm supplying DAI to the Aave market in Optimism as an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. All done. I supplied 0.89, nearly 90 cents in DAI. I'm going to close that, and that's it. These are now my supplies. I have 90 cents supplied in DAI, and I also have $1 supplied in Aave. That's basically how to lend assets in Aave on Optimism. Let's go ahead and borrow something from it there. Let's borrow SUSDC. 20 cents. I want to borrow 20 cents of SUSDC. Go ahead and borrow. Because you have already given some collateral, you can go ahead and borrow against that collateral. Approved. Now it says I have borrowed nearly 0.2 cents, and my APY, what I have to be paying in SUSDC is 4.01%. But Optimism themselves are giving me some tokens in return, 0.52 tokens, 0.52% in tokens. And guys, that's how you can get involved with any application or any dApp, decentralized application on Optimism. The next thing I want to show you is how to get some NFTs. On the Optimism website itself, there is an NFT category. I do want to let you know the premium place for you to get NFTs at the moment on Optimism. There are 3 major places. The first one is Quix, one of the OG NFT places. The next one is called ToFu NFT. I'm going to show you all of them right now. Quix and ToFu NFT is the other one. Let's go ahead and click on ToFu NFT. And then, of course, we have the last one, which is Optimism. So ToFu NFT is one of the major Optimism places. You can go ahead and see some of the hot collections on here. Early Optimism people, there are 82 players in here. There's only 25 listed, and they are the same NFT. You can go ahead and buy one of these, but I would recommend not to buy any NFTs at the moment. The next thing I want to show you is Quix. It's showing you Layer 2 Optimism NFTs. We have Optimism the Collective, we have Uniswap positions, and we have the Optimism Quest, as well as the Optimism Explorers. I want to show you how you can get a free NFT without having to buy one. Let's go ahead and look at the last place is OpenSea. Within OpenSea, they are integrating lots of different chains. Go ahead and go to Explore, click on All NFTs. On the left-hand side, you do have to filter by what chain these NFTs are on. So on the chain section, not on Arbitrum, not Ethereum, not Polygon, but Optimism only. Click on Optimism and you can see all the different Optimism NFTs. Stargate, OP Quest, we have Goblin Town Heroes, Museum and Marketplace from the Optimism Explorer, the Arbonauts. Let's go ahead and show you how you can get all of these ones for free. See these ones? These are all free. You do not have to buy them. How are you going to get them? You go to Galaxy. Galaxy.com is a quest giver in Ethereum and in the crypto ecosystem. What they want you to do is come to their website, follow the instructions, and try and complete some quests that they give you. Usually they ask very simple tasks. Let's go ahead and look at the Stargate Optimism Quest task. You can see I've claimed one of each of these. And Quix is the NFT marketplace that we just looked at. On the Quix Optimism Quest, what does it want you to do? The task is purchase an NFT on Quix with a minimum price of 0.0099 ETH. And then you have to follow them on Twitter. Once you've done that, it can tell that you've ticked off all of these and you can go ahead and claim this NFT. Next thing, what can you do? There are lots of different items on here for you to claim these free NFTs. You don't have to buy these, ladies and gentlemen. On Optimism, to claim this NFT, the task is you have to swap $20 worth of tokens on Uniswap between two swaps. So do a swap of $21 and then a swap of $21 again, back from Optimism or USDC or DAI all the way back to another token. And then you can get this free NFT. Let's go ahead and look for this free NFT on the OpenSea platform. So this is the Uniswap Optimism Quest. Copy that, paste that in, and let's see if we can find it. This is the Optimism Quests, and then there's the Uniswap Optimism Quest. It's selling for currently 0.0008, and that is $1. That is the $1 free NFT that people could collect. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you try and complete all of these quests because they are extremely, extremely fun. All right, my friends, so that's been a little bit about Optimism. In this video, we've actually had a look at number one, how to add the Optimism EVM chain to your MetaMask so that you can transact on this network. After that, we looked at how to bridge Ethereum onto Optimism itself, either using the official bridge or through using the Li-Fi bridge, okay? Bridges at the moment are a little bit suspicious because they have been having some hacks recently, so I want you to be very careful which bridge you use. Either use the official bridge or Li-Fi bridge. No other bridge at the moment. Number three, we looked at some of the dApps in the ecosystem of Optimism. And number four, I showed you how to earn your own NFT, okay? Because they want to reward users who come onto the network and go ahead and use the network. Now, I've got a task for you, my friends. I want you to go ahead and use as many apps as you can. Use all the apps on Optimism. And number two, I want you to go and earn your own NFT, all right? Because at the moment, this is how they want to reward users. You have to go use the protocol, go and earn an NFT, and sometimes you might get an airdrop. Speaking of airdrops, I want to actually know, I've got two questions for you. Did you get the Optimism airdrop? I did, and I still have it. And my second question for you is, how will you try and get more of the airdrop that's coming? Because remember, there is around 7% of the entire Optimism token supply that's still allocated to airdrops and to people who are using the chain. And that's you, that's me right now. So I want to know, what are you going to do to try and get more of these Optimism tokens? If you like the content, thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Make sure you check the discount below in the description for the discount to the Collective Shift platform, because we really want to try and educate the entire crypto space. Okay, this has been a massive undertaking by Collective Shift. So I want to thank Collective Shift, and I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. Make sure you check out some of the other videos on the side as well. We'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.